In today's interview, I chat with one of my students, Yvonne, who is 61 years old and is absolutely dominating the UGC space. She's only a few months into it and she's already made life-changing money and having fun and working with brands. And this conversation was truly like a joy, and I know that you guys are going to gain so much from it. I hope you enjoy it. Here is the interview with Yvonne. So, Yvonne, I was just looking at all your Facebook posts inside the group,
Oh my
and
God.
you have been so active in that Facebook group, like from the very start,
Yeah.
which I think, like looking back, interviewing so many students, it's often people that are active and like you've been posting questions, you've been asking questions the whole time, posting, your like what's going on with your UGC journey. And I just love to see that. It's like my favorite thing. So for those of you who have not seen, like for those who have not seen any of your posts or know much about you, tell me like if you're cool with it, just like how you found out about UGC, what you were doing before, how it all kind of came about for you.
Okay. Try to make it as brief as possible. So I live in Williamsburg, Virginia right now, and this was a place I never, ever, ever wanted to live in. And if anyone is in Virginia, please don't take offense. It's just me personally. I grew up in Germany and then I lived 35 years in California, but my parents had retired here in Williamsburg, Virginia. So like 30 years I'd come visit. Love seeing them, but never wanted to live here. Anyway, my mother got ill in 2020. And I came here to drop everything to take care of her. And then sadly she passed in 2021. And instead of going back, sometimes you make decisions in the moment that you're like, what was I thinking? So
Yeah.
I bought my siblings out and I kept their house. And so I'm here and I'm like, okay, what do I do? How am I going to make a living? And I had brick and mortar kind of businesses in California, but I also did 20 years I did TV commercials, live theater for 20 years. So I was always in front of the camera. Um, and so I got my real estate license and I worked so hard to get it. And then I got it. I was like, I don't like this.
Yeah.
So like you work so hard and you're like, oh, that's not what I want. And I was always on Instagram posting things and kind of fun videos, and you just kept popping up. Now, this is after, this was just in the beginning probably January of this year. So 21, 22, 23, 24, I was just trying everything and it wasn't that I wasn't doing well with it, but I wasn't happy. I didn't like it. And my whole thing is I'm going to be 62 in a month. And I'm like, I don't want to just do a job where I'm not happy. I don't want to do that. And so kept popping up. You kept popping up. And I was like, I will give you this. You are so authentic and so relatable and believable. And I'm sure a lot of people have done this too. But over the years, I have bought so many courses. I have spent so much money and worked my butt off, and they never kind of came to any fruition. I didn't make any money. And so, but something was just like, okay, I figured out, I watched you and then I Googled UGC and I started doing some research and I'm like, it's kind of what I did because I
Yeah.
was doing commercials for 20 years, but I was always I was at the mercy of agents and auditions, and I didn't feel ever in control, ever, ever, ever. So suddenly I'm like, this is kind of cool. So you create your own website, you create, examples, and you're more in the driver's seat. You still might not get everything and you still might have to start but you feel more in control. And I'm like, I could do this. This is so me. And it
Yeah.
was the first time in years that it was something that felt like it's in my wheelhouse. And so I got your course, and I think I got it in July, but I think it was near the end of July I started really taking the course. And the coolest thing, and as you said, I posted a lot in the Facebook group. This is the coolest group. This group of people,
Yeah.
and I mean, from you all the way down, everybody across the board, there are so many people that not only share their wins, but share how they did it. Nobody's like, hoarding things and saying, I'm doing great, ha ha ha. Nobody does that. You can feel this genuine, um, like tribe, this kind of camaraderie, and people are like, I'm proud of you, do it. And if you're nervous, this, but this is what I did, and this is, the things I've done so far. And it's just it's a group like I've never known before. And so
Aw.
that was one of the reasons you kind of want to post in there, because people respond back. People, if you post a win, people are genuinely happy for you.
Yeah.
And they ask you what you did and you share. Nobody is like, so it
Gatekeeping, nothing is like secretive. Yeah, I love it.
no, and nobody's like, "Oh, this is my right." Well, because the thing that's cool about it is that even if we're the same age, like there's a couple I've talked with, there's so many people that I've become kind of, Facebook close with, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Um, and some are in their 60s, some in their late 50s. But the thing is, even if we're the same age bracket, we're totally different.
Yeah.
And so there is no competition. And it seems to me that everybody in the group genuinely wants everyone else to succeed. So that's why it's actually fun to post. And so they're like, the first time when I posted, oh my God, I just decided to look at how much I'd made so far in 2 months. And I'm like, I'm not going to say, because I cuss, I'm not going to, because I was like, are you? Because I saw Bianca had posted. I'm like, okay. And at first I thought, is this, cheesy of me? I'm like, no, because it does remind anyone else who just started or has been at 2 weeks or has signed up for your course for 6 months and hasn't done anything with it, that do it. So when I posted, I was like, oh my God. I was over the moon. I was
I,
seriously
w-
over the moon.
I was so I think I opened up my phone in the morning or something and I saw that post that you made. And for anybody who hasn't seen it, it's the one that you like for 2 months how much you made, right?
Yeah, like 12, yeah, 12,000 in 2 months. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
that's
that, approximately. Yeah.
crazy. And it really it's true. Like that's why I love when you like all the other, students in there that are willing to post their wins and the, the downs, the ups
Oh
and
my
downs,
God.
everything. But it just makes it so much more relatable and you can see other people on the same journey and relate to pieces of it, be inspired by pieces of everyone else's journey. So thank you for posting your updates because I think it inspires so
Absolutely.
many people.
But also, like when you're scared, if you feel like you've done something wrong, like today, I freaked out. Remember, I freaked out because something
Yeah.
I signed 2 people up for whitelisting, but I still don't know if it's 100% right. But suddenly, I was blocked out of Facebook, and then the person has full admin, and I don't have full admin, so I'm still trying to figure this one out. So I was like, oh, I had to change my password. So I don't know if something is really wrong with that. But right away, Jolene, awesome. She goes, have you visited this? Leanne, phenomenal. There's so many people who just not only just cheer each other on, but are like, okay, so have you tried this? What do you think about this? And it's just, I don't know how to explain it. It is the coolest um, journey that I'm on because I feel like the sky's the limit. And for anyone who's just starting out, once I actually looked at the numbers for the first 2 months, there's something that shifts in your mind where before you're like, that seems like a lot of money. I can't do that. And then all of a sudden, then you're like, well, then I can do it. So it's what else can I do? So it
Yeah.
kind of before sometimes you have your own blinders and sometimes you're your own worst enemy because you've never done it before. But once you've done it, whether it's create a video, like some people that are new right now are doing their challenges and saying, no matter what, I'm doing a video every day. I'm like, dude, that's awesome. Do
Amazing.
because the more you do it, and especially I would tell anybody, just go out in your town. And the first time you're like, oh my God, people are looking at me. And they're not really, they might look for a minute, but people really are into their own lives. And the
Yeah.
more you do it, you just don't care. It's not a big deal. And that's when you just kind of go, oh yeah, I'm just going to do my thing. I got to do a little B-roll here. And the more you do it, the better you become. And so yeah, it's just there's just some I don't explain, I don't know how to explain it, but this group is special. You really got a really, really good group of people.
Yeah, I thank you for saying that. That like is so validating just for me, like, hearing that. But I love the fact that you feel that way. And again, for anybody who's like going to be watching this and like is afraid to post, because I think a lot of people, sit back and they just like scroll and everything.
Right.
But even that's okay. Obviously, anything is okay. But I just love the
You're still learning.
encouragement. Yeah, it's the learning, it's the encouragement and support, even
Right.
even if you're totally behind the scenes. So, no, I really, really love that.
Thank you.
I want to go back. Okay, so you started doing UGC, you took it, kind of started taking it seriously in July.
August 1st. August 1st. Well,
Oh,
I bought, I think I bought, I actually would
I
have to
think it
look.
was June that you
Bought
purchased
it
the
in
course.
June. And
Yeah.
then the middle of July is when
Yep.
I started actually putting a portfolio together. And I did what you said. It was like I literally I did two things. I found some cool stuff around the house. Chat GPT became my best friend, and I'm like, okay, I want to put a script together. I kind of wanted to be saucy. I wanted to be funny. And then I would put some stuff together. And then I researched literally every single day from the beginning of July or middle of July. I look at other people's uh, their websites, their portfolios. I don't want to. I never want to copy anyone, but I'm like, okay, I like that kind of that vibe. I like that kind of humor. That's a great angle. You just take from everybody. So in the middle of July, I started putting the website together. I used one of your templates, but I changed a lot of it.
Yeah.
Um, I tweaked it a lot. And every day I still tweak it because sometimes it's so weird. Because I want it to look perfect both in on the laptop and also on mobile.
Yeah.
And you have to really tweak it to make it look good on both certain
Uh-huh.
pages. So even today, I added a couple of more names of names of brands. But yeah, so I started middle of July, just really, really made like 2 videos a day. And then I was so obsessed with making my website look good. Excuse me. And then I got on X. And for the longest time, I am still not on Fiverr. I haven't had time. All
Okay.
I'm doing is X and Backstage. But every day on X, it's like 6 to 7 times a day I post. And you can schedule those. Anyone who's new with X, you can schedule them. And I know some people in the group were saying, I don't know what to do on X. It's so new. It's just like anything else.
Yeah.
You can post a video, you can post words, put some hashtags. So every day I would post 6 to 7 times. I would also look at other people's. I followed tons of people. I commented. I liked what they did. I started interacting with other UGC creators. And then look at hashtags every single day of UGC needed and UGC opportunity. And I was getting inbounds. And so, but yeah, but the biggest thing was being fascinated about putting together enough videos on, but I think I started with maybe 5 videos.
Okay.
Yeah,
About five. And you were doing, I was just looking at some of your posts, like I said, were you doing Amazon influencer?
I've been doing that for 2 years.
Okay,
So
cool. Did you use
yeah,
any of those videos that you had, or did you,
didn't
oh, you started completely over?
completely over. Yeah.
Cool. Was there, like, could you have used those videos or were they a little bit different?
They're all landscape and they're all
Okay.
what I've done so far is landscape. Now I have put all the ones I've done so far of products that I've made examples for UGC. I put them on Amazon storefront, and they're doing well.
Cool.
So I'll repurpose that way. But no, none of them I didn't. No,
Yeah.
I
Did
would.
you,
Oh, go
oh,
ahead.
sorry, go ahead.
I don't know what I was going to say. It's okay.
Okay. Well, I was curious about because so many people want to get maybe into both, or maybe just UGC, or maybe just Amazon. So, what does it look like in terms of payment, and compensation? Like, did you make a lot of money with Amazon
I
influencer
have
the last couple
not.
years?
I have not.
Okay.
And I probably have 50 videos. And I know some people said you have to have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. And so maybe down the road that will, if I keep adding, I think it'll grow, but it has never been anything where I made any money. Never. For
Okay.
me, not just for me personally.
Yeah.
No, UGC has been it all the way. And that's why it has been life-changing. And I know people say that and it's kind of a throwaway phrase, but it really, really is. It really is. Because up until starting with you, I worked at a restaurant. I got my real estate license. I sold maybe one house. I was constantly here in Virginia, like searching for a way to make money, but I was barely making enough to cover my mortgage, and I was getting in debt. And so for me, this is suddenly like I can get out of debt. I can take care of myself. I can do all the things that I need to do. And it's just like, so when I say it's life changing, that is not a throwaway phrase. It's really not.
I'm just so happy for you. And I mean, clearly you've put in the work, you've put in the effort and the time, but I just think it's really important for people to know that. And that's what I try to tell people, right? Because it changed my life, but it's
Yeah.
hard to know like, oh my gosh, there's so many things you could do. And of course there is, but UGC, time and time again, new people every day tell me like the same, like all similar
Oh,
things, right? Like it's changed their
yeah.
lives.
No, there's so many different things anyone can do, but to me, I get to work. I know I do work a lot, but see, I don't have a husband, a spouse, a partner. I don't have any of that by choice, and I don't have kids. So, and I don't have pets. I have
Yeah.
one. I have one plant, but because I love to travel, so I don't want to have anyway. So I literally get up every day and I get excited because that's the other thing about UGC, and I think Leanne has posted that and Bianca's posted that, and everybody else that every day you get to create about a totally different product. So every day is different. You might still be doing B-roll, and you might be, I mean, you're working on creating content, but the product is different. And you try to make a little bit of spin on the vibe and editing just to be creatively interesting and to challenge yourself and to push yourself and to grow. So every single day is really cool.
Yeah. No, I know. It makes it just, and the variety too. It's like
Oh God.
it just keeps
Now,
changing. You
the
never know
thing
what you're
is,
gonna get.
I know it's totally now, but the funny thing is, um, after a certain age, and I know some other people around my age, 50 and above, whatever, we all can understand that there are some stereotypes. And so I've done cremation ads. I think Jolene has done it too. And menopause, tons of things about menopause. And it cracks me up because it's about hair loss and I have got some good hair. So
You do.
and they're always like, well, do you have anything about when your hair was thinning? I'm like, it never was. So we got to figure this out. But I've got the after down pat.
Yeah.
But so many times they're like, well, can you have more conservative? So I have had to go out to buy more conservative clothes because my personal taste, what's in my closet is definitely not conservative.
Yeah.
And so I've had to have like this is my conservative like mortgage person clothes and mom clothes. But it's so funny. I'd like that to grow. I'd like the industry in general to know that not everybody that's 50 and over is kind of a fuddy-duddy, and
Yeah.
there's it's everything's changed. People are like it's a myriad of people and athletic and working out and doing all those cool things. So I get a lot of menopause, I get supplements. Um, but lately I've gotten some really, I do have compression socks coming up. That's hysterical. But younger people do that if they have to stand up all day. So that's cool.
Yeah.
But I have hiking shoes coming up. I'm looking on my wall. So I know everyone kind of does things a little differently. I'm very visual. So the wall that I am looking at right now, I have one side that's all in negotiations on price. Then the middle part of the wall is we've agreed upon a price. I'm waiting for the product. And then it goes to another area where I've just completed it and I'm waiting for payment. And so, but I can look right now and I know exactly what I'm doing, when I'm doing it. It just works for me.
Yeah.
That's
So what does
my,
it look like? Do you have sticky notes? Is it like a whiteboard? What?
no, let me see if I can, hold on.
Yeah, let's see it.
Hold on. We're gonna move. Hold on. Okay, can you see the wall?
Yes. Oh, yes. Okay. You got a
So there's
calendar going.
the calendar. It's not obviously a good calendar because I don't have every date on it, but all the side over here is where I'm creating and waiting on pricing. Then this middle section is waiting on product, and then I'm still waiting on some payment over here. But I know it's not perfect, but it works for me.
No, that is great. That is something that I would do actually because I still use just like my notes app too, mostly in my phone.
It's so funny. Hold on, I got to plug this baby back in again.
Yeah.
Um, when I first started, I was so like, okay, I'm going to put, Excel spreadsheet together and every day I'm going to update it. And I don't. I
Yeah.
don't. It's a good thing, but I guess, and I know I'm squirreling around all over the place, but you need to find the organization that works for you because not everybody's the same, right? So
Yes.
what I do then, once it's done, I've been paid, then I take it down and I put on it the day it was paid. And then I have a binder. See, it's not pretty. Hold on.
No, I love it. I love seeing this.
It's so not pretty, but it works.
Yeah.
I mean, these are the pieces that were up there. So paid,
Oh my
paid,
gosh.
paid, 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 paid. So
I
they
love this.
they get in here. Did you see that? Sorry.
Yes. No, I love it.
So that works for me.
Yeah. That's amazing. I've never seen anyone do it exactly like that. And I feel like people are gonna watch this and be like, that's actually what I need to do.
Because I
Yeah.
need big, bold. And then on this wall of here, I've got potential clients, whitelisted clients, testimonials needed, analytics needed, and gifted projects.
Oh
So,
my gosh.
and I don't do many gifted. There were gifted at the very beginning. I've got one gifted still because we agreed 2 months ago and it still hasn't showed up. So that's why that's there. But to me, I can look right now and go, okay, I know where everything is. I know what's next. So it's, and that's the big thing. There's no right way of organizing
Yeah.
because everyone's brain works a little bit differently. And so,
Yes.
yeah.
I
So
really love that. I love People are gonna love that.
it's
That's so
not a
cool.
pretty office at all, but it works.
No, whatever works. And I feel like there is something to be said about a physical piece of paper with what you
Mhm.
have going on. And it's like in the front, like in your face every single day. So you're focusing on it. So
Right.
I love it.
Although at the end of every month, I do put it in a spreadsheet.
Okay.
For tax purposes, I'll
Yep.
have it in a better organizational way. But on a day-to-day basis, this just works for me. So yeah, but
So
yeah.
cool. What was, I guess, the biggest surprise for you when you started UGC or like up until, I mean, you've only been doing it for
For a
not that
couple
long,
months.
but
The biggest surprise, oh, I learned a lot, and so I'm glad. I'm first of all, I'm honored that you chose me. Super, super honored. I swear to God.
nice.
But when I've listened to Leanne's and Bianca's and all the other student interviews, you learn from all of them, and you learn. And I love that Bianca's really good on sharing mistakes that have happened. Like my biggest mistakes initially were not really looking at a brief and not really paying attention to exactly how many B-roll, the amount of time that would be involved in it. And they were lowballing me and I was new. I'm like, okay, I'll do it. And then you're like, what? This is
Yeah.
crazy. Um, so I had to really, it took like 4 times before I went, okay, no, I dive deep now. When I get a brief, or I learned very quickly, so many agencies are like, hey, can we just get your rate on, it's just a quick script and just a couple of B-roll. They're so vague and it's so like, they just throw a super simple and you're
Yeah.
like, okay, well, shoot me the exact brief. And let me look it over and see how many B-roll. Is it more than one location? Is it all at home? Do I have to go, somewhere else? Whatever it is. And I'm like, shoot me that, and I'll get you a quote right away. Oh, well, we don't have that. We can give you kind of an example. I say, well, I'll give you an example quote then.
Yeah.
I'm giving you a rate quote going off of this example you sent me. But once you get me the real one, if there's a disparaging difference between the two, now if it's just like one extra B-roll, a few more lines, I'm fine. But I've had people like, oh, it's like 10 B-roll, and then I get the final brief, and it's like 25, 30 B-roll. I'm like,
Wow.
no, So I learned very quickly to really look on exactly what it is. And my other big thing was to give people a better timeline because sometimes, even though they say they want it within 5 days, what if you agree to it, but it takes a long time for the product to get to you, and then suddenly you get like 10 products at the same time. So I set expectations right away going, when we first signed up, I definitely agreed on this. However, it's taken longer to get to me. And now that it's arrived, this week's already booked. So I'm going to need 2 extra days. As long as I communicate that, they were cool. But the first month I didn't do that. And I couldn't sleep. I was so stressed because I was trying to do too much. And so those were two big ones. Um, and the biggest thing is after 2 months, and I know it's not that much time, I've already raised my rates and I stick to it.
I
I
love
stick
it.
to it. And I've had people go, well, and Bianca said this and Leanne said this, and so many people have where they always go, our budget will only allow, this is it. This is flat rate. We're not doing any more. I'm like, well, I would love to work with you. I have this like pat answer. I would love to collaborate with you. I'd love to partner with you. I believe that not only would we be great with this one project, but it could lead to many others. It's a great relationship. I already have great relationships with other brands and other agencies. But unfortunately, for what you're asking in this brief, I can do it for this, but I can't do it for what you would like it to be done for. And then I just wait.
Yeah.
I just wait. And more times, 9 times out of 10, they come back and agree.
I love it.
Sometimes they agree. And I do sometimes go, now, what comes with me? Now, I know not everybody has this, but I always say, now I do come with 20 years experience
Yeah.
working in TV commercials, on live theater. I know I can memorize a script and I get paid extra when they want it in one take. And
Hmm.
a lot of, I mean, we're talking long scripts. And so I've had some companies come back to me 5, 6 times, 7 times.
Wow.
They pay extra if they want it in one take. But I was nervous to hold the line and say, this is what my worth is.
Yeah.
And a lot of the other creators in our group say, believe in yourself, know your worth, know your value. I know everybody has to start wherever they want to start and wherever they feel comfortable. But as they build, we all need to know our worth. We all have to start. I started with 100 and I was just doing so much work for that 100. And so my rate's gone up. So I'm getting paid more, but doing the same amount of work, which is,
Yes. And
but
that's always the goal.
that is the goal. But everyone has to be comfortable in their own um, pace of doing that, and their own belief of, okay, so this, I'm going to stick here for a while at this rate, and then maybe in a month or two. That's totally cool. It has to be comfortable to you. But once you know that you are worth X amount, trust yourself. Trust yourself, definitely.
Yeah, I completely agree. And I think, and like you said, maybe it's gonna be a month or 2 months or 3 months in where people, I think what is helpful for people, especially just starting, is knowing how long it takes them to do a video. Because if you're super quick because you have a bunch of like background in this and you're like, okay, I could bust out a 45
Right.
second video in an hour and a half, and I'm willing to get paid $200 for that, right?
Exactly.
So, but if it takes you really like all day, you're working on a video, it's like, what is your time worth? And I
Mhm.
think it's important for people to realize that. And you're not going to know until you literally do videos, even if it's just like products around your house. So
100%.
what are you, so you started at like $100 per UGC
Started
video.
at 100.
What are you
And
charging like average right now?
the average right now is probably 375
Love
to
it.
475.
Cool.
But I do have one regular brand that is between 750 and 1300 per. So
Amazing.
that's pretty cool.
Is that like the where you memorize the scripts?
Yes, memorize a
Cool.
script and they want it in one take. But I'm so good at memorization, and that's just from theater. When you do theater 20 years, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
And and I like, and so I'll just sit somewhere and listen to it over and over and over, have some coffee. Looks like I'm talking to myself. I don't care what people think. Um, but yeah, so that's those. And then I do make sure that they know that if I have to buy a prop, there's an extra charge for that. Um, Jolene and I have both worked for this one particular company. It's for women's incontinence underwear.
Mhm.
And they wanted me to have to buy pads, adult diapers, panty liners. And I'm like, I'll do all that, but I'm gonna send you the receipt, and that goes on top of what the rate is. There's
Yeah.
another one I'm doing tomorrow for a company called Hydro. It's hydrogenated water, but they want in the video, they want me to have like $50 worth of fruit in front of me.
Oh,
And I'm like, okay, that's fine. And I'll send you the receipt, but that's not coming out of my rate. That is going to be
yes.
separate. So, and then, I'm still in talks about, did you see, I'm in talks with a German company.
Yes, yes. It's still
It's
trying
still
to,
in talks. It's
okay.
still in talks because now we're thinking about having me do both English and German. And before it was just German only. So we're in talks. I hope so.
Cool.
That
Oh
would be,
my gosh, that I saw that. I didn't even know. I mean, I had no idea that German was your first language, right? So how did that one come about?
They actually um, they first reached out to me about a project only in English. So they do English only, right? Or English as well. And then the B-roll that they asked was insane. It was 75 B-roll. I'll never forget this.
What?
75 B-roll plus script plus kind of random testimonial. And I said, I'll do it for like 1200. There's no way. And they were offering, I think, 250. I said, no, 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 no. And I said, I'm sorry. And so didn't hear from them. I mean, it was good conversation, but I just held my
Yeah.
ground. I'm like, there's no way. And so I didn't hear back. Weeks go by, and then they send me another one, and this is much smaller. And they're like, and they sent me the brief and it was all in German. And I go, okay, so do you want me to do German only? And they're like, well, initially, or can you do both? And I said, I can do, if it's German only, this rate, if it's German and English, this. But they initially came to me only for the English. And then I happened to say, by the way, I looked at your website and I'm the one that said, by the way, I speak German.
I was just gonna ask you that if they knew, or because is it in
No,
your portfolio at all?
no, it's not. I should put it on
You
there.
should. I was just thinking, yeah, you should put it on
But
because I mean,
I never thought a German brand, I never thought a German brand would be reaching out. So
yeah,
now I'm going to do something in German, and maybe
yeah.
just have a couple of, in another language. But it was because initially English, and I just happened to go, well, I saw your website and I speak German. So yeah, who knows? We'll see, but I don't know yet.
Yeah,
And
no, that's really exciting. Keep us all updated,
I
obviously.
will. Definitely.
So what is your, so you said that you like looked at that company's website. So walk me through how your process, say that you get an email, you wake up, you get an email inbound from a brand and they're like, "Hey, we're this company." Do you have a process of like diving deep into their website, using that as your like response, how you're going to respond? What does that look like for you?
Yeah, I look at their website. Um, Even if there's not a lot of video examples on their website, you can tell if something is more corporate. You can tell if something is a little more hip. You can tell just by the layout, by the feel of it. So I look at that. I definitely look at Instagram. I look at TikTok if they have it. I look at Facebook if they have it. And then I look at the brief and kind of look at all of them together. And then I ask them questions. I'm like, okay, so because sometimes the briefs are kind of vague and um, you can't assume that the way you're gonna do that one particular B-roll is the way they wanted it. If it looks ambiguous in the brief, then I'm always gonna ask. I've never done a Zoom call. I think Bianca has done it. I think maybe Leanne do. I haven't done that yet, but I'm really very, very detailed on my response in the email after I get the brief. I would say, I'm not sure about this point and this point and this point. Um, so I want to know 100% because I would rather not have to do a revision,
Yeah.
especially if it's like, oh, we meant you to do it this way. I'm like, well, that's not how I came across. So if anything is the least bit ambiguous, I will always go, okay, just want to make sure. I don't care if I sound like an idiot. I'm gonna make sure. Because there was one, I just did one for, I have to redo it because, and they're going to pay me extra because I did exactly what the brief asked for. But then she goes, that's not what we wanted. We kind of wanted, I'm like, but that's not what the brief said.
Mm-hmm.
Because they said, we want you to scroll, but we want to see and not from over the shoulder. So I'm like, okay, so I held it like this and I'm scrolling like this. It looked stupid and awkward, but I did it. And
Yeah.
they're like, no, you're just holding your hand and scroll. I'm like, but you literally in the brief said, look at it and then talk to the camera and show the scroll.
Oh,
So I guess it could have gone both ways. So we're
yeah.
redoing it. They're totally cool about it, but it can happen. That's the thing. We can never assume. If it's obvious, walk along a sidewalk and do, a selfie kind of thing, or if, just a talking head. But if there's any tiny bit of ambiguity, instead of having to do it over again, Lord, just ask. Just kind of, I don't care if it looks like. Actually, the more I've asked questions and have been detailed in my email response, they're like, we love that you want to make sure that you've really gone through the brief. You've really, really nailed it. So, but yeah, I look at everything that they might have on social media and their website and just kind of get an idea. And then I usually even ask in the because sometimes when people say TikTok, to me, a TikTok style is a lot of takes that are kind of, spliced
Yeah.
together and very quick. And so this one company said they want TikTok style, but what they really meant is they just wanted a selfie, but all in one take. Sent them
Oh,
TikTok style, and I thought it looked so good and more interesting.
yeah.
But they were like, no, we just want to, and it was fine. But see, even those little things, one
Yeah.
person's idea of a TikTok style is, because everything I see when it comes to TikTok style is, a take, and then, it's like 10
Yeah.
takes in 45 seconds, and
Yeah.
different and close and whatever. So I've learned to ask and over ask.
I love that you bring this up because I think I know I have seen dozens and dozens of people have so much fear around that and like pushing the like not even put but just asking questions and just having a conversation because people don't want to step on the brand's toes because they're afraid they're going to like lash out or like be rude or something like that. But you are saying you've had quite the opposite experience. Like they've never gotten upset, I'm sure, about
No, they've been so happy there because I'm always like, I really want to create exactly what your vision is for your inspiration for this product. I always try to use like vision and inspiration. And as I partner with you, I want to bring your ideas and vision to life. And so I would rather ask you a million questions. And I have had nothing but so glad you asked that. We'd rather it now than later because they'd love it that after 5 days they get it and they don't have to get a revision. They're on a timetable too. So
yes.
I've had nothing but positive in asking a ton of questions. Yeah.
That's so awesome. Good reminder for everybody, I think. At the end of the day, like I always say, it's just another human being doing their job. And if you make their job easier and less back and forth, they're going to love you. And that's probably why you keep getting repeat clients too, for just one of the many reasons. So I really, really, that's an important reminder.
I am thrilled that I'm getting repeat clients and I haven't gotten any retainer yet. And I
Yeah.
don't know how to broach that subject. I don't know if I should or if I just wait until they bring it up. Because I've had some that I've done 8 to 10 videos for.
You
And
should
so
totally reach out and just be like, I would love, just lay it out. Just like you said, like the visual aspect of it. Like, hey, I am able to even just take on and just kind of say it in that language. I have one spot as a retainer. I'd love to do this. It's been great working with you. Here's what it would look like.
that's a good way to put it. I have one spot as for a retainer.
Yeah.
Um, So I want to because it would be really nice to get one or two of those, but also that I mean I think that'll come.
Yeah.
Um, the cool thing about, and I think other people have said this too, even once you get one um, project under your belt and you feel a little bit of success, your self-esteem just grows.
Yes.
Because I want to let some of the new people know every day I deal with self-doubt. I wonder how if I'm going to look okay. I wonder, can I do this? I wonder, I worry about my age sometimes. And then other days I don't give a rat's ass about my age, but but I deal with it on a daily basis too. I procrastinate sometimes. Um, because I'm scared. I'm still scared. But the moment you step into the fear and like and you do it and you create it and then you look at it and you're like you feel a bazillion times better. So please I want everyone to know I don't know about anyone else, but I feel I have fear, self-doubt, procrastination. These are human things. And I'm constantly going, "Mm," but once I decide, okay, just shut up, Elon, and just do it, and then I start getting into the moment of creating, then I'm having fun. But sometimes leading up to actually the moment you're like, okay, I'm doing it today, I'm starting right now, blah, blah, blah. But for like a day, I'm like, oh, yeah. And can I still, and then if there's 2 days where I don't get an inbound or I'm doing a lot of pitching and I don't get anything, I'm like, oh my God, was this just a flash in the pan? Is this like, so it's you it's a roller coaster, but it's a good one. Does that make
Yeah.
sense? Yeah.
Oh, 1000%. I mean, I've been doing this over 3 years and it's still sometimes when I get a new UGC deal, it's like you get that little bit of fear like, oh gosh, I hope I do a good job. I want to make them happy. And you start to self-doubt, right? It's just part of the game and it does get easier and easier. And I think that there really is like no feeling like getting your first UGC deal and seeing that money hit your bank and you're like, holy crap, this is real. This is legit good.
Exactly. I mean, when I was like, oh my God, because I put together a separate account. So I have PayPal goes right into that. And I'm like, "Oh, this feels so flipping good."
Yeah,
And knowing that not only can I pay for my mortgage and my bills, but I'm getting out of debt. And I'm like, okay, I can take myself out to dinner if I want to. I can, it's this to know that I'm not struggling. And I'm still I know this is brand new, but I don't see any reason that it can't just keep going like this.
100%.
And I
100%.
look, I look at some of the youngers in their 20s and 30s and 40s, and I know some creators are making like 15, 20 a month.
Hmm.
And I'm like, that's my goal. And I don't see any reason why I can't. I'm not going to let my age pull it back. And like you said, and one of the reasons I think I did find you is because you were reminding people they still need people in their 40s. They need people in their 50s. They need people in their 60s. And so there's no reason why I can't grow like they do. There's no reason.
1,000%. Yeah, I have zero doubts that you're going to grow to whatever you decide to. Okay, so it's talking about age. I know you said like the compression socks, everything. Do you get like age specific, or do you see certain things that are age specific and then you apply, or how does that work for you?
I haven't applied to, well, I think I've applied to, not really age specific, I've applied to like supplements and spokesperson, because I made such a good living as a spokesperson, just like business, well, and I've reached out to mortgage companies and stuff like that. But what I get inbound, I do get a lot of age specific, but I'm getting shoes. I just got one that's for a women's pleasure toilet.
Uh-huh.
It hasn't arrived yet, so I don't know what
Yeah.
that's gonna be like. And this I'm sorry, is that okay that I said that?
Oh, of course, yeah.
I don't really want to do makeup. That's not my thing. And
Okay.
I've done a few skincare, but it's not really what I like to do. I do,
Hmm.
um, I'm just gonna say it. I wanna capitalize on my hair. I want to get more.
Yes.
I want to get more with my hair. But there's one coming up, this genealogy, mortgage company, supplements. There's one that is sweatpants that look like jeans, kind of stretchy
Mhm.
jeans. What else is over there? I just did contour insoles for like nurses for their shoes. Mushroom gummies is coming up. So I mean, it's kind of, and I want that. I don't want to just be thought of as an old person. It doesn't,
Yeah, for sure.
there's so much, and for anybody over 45, 50, there's more to us. I
Yes.
cycle every day. I lift weights every day. I eat healthy. I'm very active. So there's no reason why, I mean, and sometimes maybe we do need to remind brands that if they're only targeting 30s and 40s, they're missing out on people who've got retired people have money, you
Yep,
know? And
exactly.
so I want that. I have lost a few gigs because I don't have children and they want children in the video
Oh, okay.
house. I do have a fake UGC UGC husband.
Oh, you
Um,
do?
I have a girlfriend
Nice.
who her boyfriend, I'm like, can I borrow him every now and then to be my hubby?
I love it. So several people have done that are in the group. I love it.
It's
Why
a
not?
crack up. And he's been in one video with me and he was so kind and it was fun and easy. So he's like, whenever you need me, if I can, I need to know exact days and times. But
Yeah,
so I have a fake husband, which does help.
I love it. I love that. It's so awesome.
But
Are
I
you?
I don't want to just be considered like for products that are for old people. And
Yeah,
so I'll definitely do them. I'll do menopause until the days come home, cows come home. I don't care.
yeah,
But yeah.
yeah. No, that totally makes sense. I love that you said that. Are you doing a lot of pitching now, or are you mostly just relying on inbounds and like X and backstage? What's like the ratio, I guess, of what you're doing?
Until now, this is the first week, no, probably a week and a half ago. From the beginning, I'm very grateful, very, very lucky. I'm not saying this is just for that everybody gets this lucky, but
Yeah.
I was getting inbounds from August 1st. It's only, and I keep going, I need to get on Fiverr, but I don't have time to do it. I bought Arbel's course and I haven't even had a chance to look through it. But the last week and a half, now I have pitched UGC needed on X or just submitted myself for them.
Yeah, yeah.
But I haven't pitched at all yet. I'm going to, the last week and a half, I've been looking at what I want to pitch. And I think we have an Excel spreadsheet from you that I need to look at, but
Hmm.
I haven't pitched and I want to, because I want to see what else is possible.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, it's fantastic that you haven't really had to, right? So
Oh,
that's
I'm
like
so
that's
lucky.
always the goal. That was always my goal. Like I don't really want to like spend so much time and now, oh, well, I'm excited. I'll be telling everyone about this, but have you heard of the On Bento
Okay,
platform?
so, excuse me. Coffee's making me burp, sorry.
You're
I'm
good.
sorry, I should not be
You're
on a
good.
recording. But I signed up for it, but I know that they have like a free version and then a paid version. So I haven't really checked it out. Um, they've sent me emails like, okay, we have these curated emails to send out, and they have a list, and then the email, and you can do that. But I don't have the paid version yet, so I don't know what all I can do with it.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
I
don't know.
just started using it. And I'm gonna be they're gonna be doing like actually like a training video for everyone in the course. And then I mean, yeah, I have gotten like several responses just in the last 72 hours of
That's
like I've
cool.
only like a week and a half, and I'm not doing anything. I didn't even know that they were pitching. It's really, really cool. So I would look into it.
You're doing the paid version though, right? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So they have, I think with the paid version, you have somebody that's actually pitching for you, right?
They have a template and then it goes out automatically and you can
Yeah.
do like different industries. So like I'm doing a bunch of like cat, pet UGC, kid
Right.
UGC. And so I just keep getting like email, like today, 3 emails from these brands I didn't even know they were pitching to. I totally forgot about it. So yeah,
Right.
it's I'll be talking about it more in the course and stuff, but it's
Well, I'm
worth looking
interested in
into.
it. Um, I mean, I tried to get onto Incense a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, and I got turned down because my TikTok was not enough views.
Oh.
Because you need to have like 500 views per, post that you put on there per video. So just for fun, I was like, all right, fine. So I started posting like crazy, and now I've got like 1,200 views, blah blah blah. And but they're not UGC videos. I haven't really kind of pushed UGC. I just like me doing, whatever's trending, and the when you like what's it called when you
The
you talk
the
to
audio, like the trending audio
yeah,
type.
the training
Yeah.
audio, and you're mouthing the words,
Yeah.
whatever. And it does really well, but nothing UGC. But anyway, I resubmitted and I got accepted, but I don't know enough about incense. Um, Backstage, I haven't I've applied this past week to a lot and I haven't gotten anything. Um, so I want to check out on Bento. I don't, some of them other ones I've been disappointed in what people have talked about them, so I don't really know what
Mm-hmm.
all. And then with Fiverr, I'm kind of bummed because I think some other people that have been doing really well in general, with Fiverr, they haven't gotten as much.
Mm-hmm.
And with Fiverr, even if you have this, you've got a good resume, a lot of on your portfolio, you have to take lowball pricing and
Mm-hmm.
to get to their little level kind of tier.
Yeah, it's a process on Fiverr, which is not like ideal. I think for a lot of people, like if you were sitting here today and you're like, I've been at this for 2 months and I'm still not on Fiverr and I haven't gotten anything, like I would recommend getting on Fiverr just because you don't have to spend time. Like once it's up, it's kind of like up to the algorithm and taking those. So I think for beginners, Fiverr is great. But obviously the goal is to,
Right.
get those
But I
inbound.
still want to do it. I still want to
Yeah.
do it. So if I have to do the low balls to play their little game to get to
Yeah.
the level, it's like playing some sort of game. Oh, I made it to level 2. But that's fine because, like you said, once it's up and you're at a certain level, then you get whatever comes in. So that's cool, and I want to get to that point.
Hmm.
But I have been lucky to just have inbounds, and I've been lucky that so many of my inbounds have been repeat. So and I still to this day, like I get so excited if I open my email and there's hey, we saw you on X and we'd love to talk to you about this particular project. We think you'd be great. But one thing cracks me up. When you're very first beginning, they always put, and this is this price because it's our first time together. We really haven't worked together, but there's so much opportunity for more later. And they try to like, well, no shit. Sorry, there's always gonna be more opportunity if it works out. But they try. That's how they want you to go with the low ball. And so
Yes.
now I'm always going, I totally get it. And I do want to work with you. And I already have long-standing relationships with some other brands, but I still can't do it for this rate. And of course, if it works out, to me, it's like, no, if it works out, you're
Yeah.
going to do it
Like,
again.
duh.
All of them are like, and there's opportunity for more. I'm like, it's good for you and me if it works out well. So,
Yeah.
um, but I still get excited when somebody's like, we saw you, we like your product. I mean, we like your vibe and we like your examples and we'd like to work with you. That will never get tiring. Don't you think
Yes.
to this
Oh,
day?
100%. I still get excited like all the time. Every time I get some company. Even if it doesn't end up working out, it honestly is just a confidence boost of like, okay, these things are still coming at me. I'm still getting opportunities left and right. So
Right.
it's a win-win either way.
Well,
But
The Hydro one, a month and a half ago, I actually pitched to them. I sent like cold pitch
yeah.
and they sent back, oh, that's lovely. Now I hadn't done a lot, right? And they're like, that's lovely. We have an affiliate program if you want to be a part of that. So I just ignored it. And then 4 or 5 days ago, I have 3 projects with them now. 3.
Did they come back? How did they come back?
Now, I don't know if they remembered, they just sent me an email.
Oh, it wasn't even a response to,
No, it was a totally different. So how, I don't know if somebody saw it and said, yeah, let's reach out to her, but it wasn't in the same thread. And
okay.
so you never know. So even you pitch to somebody, I didn't want to do affiliate. That was stupid, in my opinion, personally. And because it's my time is now, my time is money.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
But it just cracks me up. So then they're the ones that want me to get $50 worth of fruit. So we have this one, and we negotiated over and over, back and forth. I mean, it was like 25, 25, up and down. They were really, really, really tight. But we agreed on a rate. And then so they said, I just got the product in, and this morning she also said, oh, by the way, we have two other briefs. So, and I sent her the rates for both of those. She agreed this morning. So three from them.
That's awesome. So cool. What does your filming process kind of look like? Is it different for each one? What kind of equipment are you using?
I love, Leanne once said that she kind of batches, she does all these B-rolls at one time, and I think that's a great idea. My brain just works on one project at a time. But I do look at the whole complete brief, and then I reorder it to make sense. Like, because sometimes they'll have, like, in the brief, like, this first shot will be in the bedroom, and then 4 or 5 other shots and another in the bedroom. So I kind of batch in that way. So I don't have to reset the lighting, reset the camera. I mean, I will, because they want different angles, but I'll stay in that one room at one time. So
Yeah.
I do one project at a time. I really look at the brief, and then I'll do everything that's supposed to be in the kitchen at one time, everything that might be on my deck, everything that might be walking in town. And then, yeah, so that's it. But I try to give a little bit more, like, especially when they didn't, I hate to say this, but when they don't even balk at my rate, there's no kind of, they're just like, yeah, that's great. Then I give even more.
Yeah.
I give even more
Over deliver.
because I over deliver, because they were so cool. Like, this one that it was a 12 or $1,300, my very first time. And it was a lot of script. And so, but they were so cool. So I gave them the same script, done in 2 different locations. Both looked great. They just wanted talking head. So they really got 2 projects out of me. But the very next day they brought me more work.
Wow. Yeah.
For
Worth
me,
it.
like, it was worth it to build that relationship with them. But yeah, so like tomorrow I'm gonna do the hydro, so I have to get fruit for that. I'm doing one for a cremation that I have to redo, but now I know exactly what they want, so I'm
Yeah.
redoing that. Compression socks will be tomorrow too. So I'm gonna try to do 3 tomorrow, because the cremation one is simple. Uh,
Okay.
if it was, I don't want to do more than 2 a day, because it's a
Yeah.
lot, especially if there's a lot of B-roll. And I want to enjoy it. I don't want to, because at the beginning, like I told you, I was so overwhelmed because I was trying to do too much, because they all came at the same time. And I was afraid to tell them, your product just came in, but like 5 others did too, or somehow manage their expectations. I just didn't say anything, but I wasn't sleeping. I was every night, at night I couldn't turn my brain off, because
Mhm.
I didn't do this, I still have to do this. So now I do set expectations, and I want it to be fun. I want it to
Yeah.
be.
Yeah, for sure. Do you have like I think I saw
Oh,
on your
you asked
portfolio 3 to 10
me
business days or 3 to 10 days,
3 to 7, I think. Does it say
maybe.
10? I might have to change that, but I still usually agree to 5 to 7,
Yeah.
and I try to deliver by 5. You have a 16 plus
Mm-hmm.
phone, and then I use CapCut. I have multiple tripods. I have see, one thing I couldn't figure out is for the shots where they want me to be holding a phone and
Yeah.
taking, I'm like, I only have one phone,
I
and
know.
I'm like, And some people, I think I posted once, and they're like, I have an extra phone. I'm like, well, I don't. And I don't live with somebody.
Yeah.
So I finally got a tripod that holds my iPad. And
Oh, okay.
so I just got that. But until I had the tripod, I was like, I would sometimes, if I had to take a shot by the little kitchen in the breakfast nook, I'm sitting here with my phone, and I had a pile of books, and I would kind of lean my iPad up, and pillows holding it in place so it wouldn't fall over. I mean, it was hysterical. Whatever you could do, right? You
Yeah.
just do what you gotta do. There was times where I try not to use my glasses, but I need them to read. So now that I use my iPad, I can use the teleprompter. But with the phone, I couldn't see. And so I would buy these big poster boards from a craft store.
Hmm.
I would put the whole script on this and I would tape it. Like if you, nobody could see it, but behind the camera, it would be like things taped up everywhere. And it was just insane. But you do what you got to do, right?
Yeah, you
Um, I
really do.
I just invested on some new lighting that has, I don't know what's called, like a softbox.
Yeah.
They're
Hmm.
really big because the weather's changing. The
Yep.
days are going to be darker and more dreary, and people are like, "We want that morning sunlight." I'm like, "Oh, it's not happening."
Literally not there.
And then the other day, I tried to. They wanted it coming through a window. Well, my bedroom is really large, and so the light, nothing comes, no light hits the bed, right?
Yeah.
And so I tried to cut out. I had a big piece of cardboard, and I tried to cut out like window panes,
Oh
and
yeah.
prop it up so the light would go through. You just do whatever you got to do. It's just funny.
Yeah.
It's really funny, but the new lighting is good. I did also get Jolene pitched this on TikTok, on our TikTok shop when I bought it because of Jolene. Another kind of soft light. It's instead of using a ring light, it's like
Yeah.
it stands up like this tall, but it's a soft, just a.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I've just invested in the last week and a half on a lot of lighting because I was fighting that. That was my
Yeah.
biggest fight.
Hmm.
And different times of day, you have to know where the light's coming in at different seasons. It's just like you start paying attention.
Hmm.
Like all through summer, the sun would be coming into the kitchen at a certain time. Well, now the sun's moved and now it comes in over here, but I needed it. And I mean, all these different things you have to pay attention to. So,
Yeah. Yeah. No, I like lighting is obviously massively important. So yeah, even like yeah, Seattle's about to be cloudy for the next several months. So I always
uh,
have to adjust my lighting and what I pull out. So um I I'm just I love this conversation and it's so good to talk to you.
I know I kind of go all over the board. I'm kind of a squirrel, but
No, it's perfect.
lighting is important. My biggest thing is know your worth, but really, really look at briefs, especially when you're brand new. And I think other people have posted brand new. They're like, I agreed to this, and now, oh my God, it's taking so much longer. And like you said, if you can, kind of like nail it and just, churn it out in 2 hours, then that rate might be fantastic. But if it's going to take you 6 hours, um, if you're first learning, it still might be a good learning lesson. But as you get better, just know, okay, if I can do it in this amount, that I'll accept that rate because I still will. For some brands, I'll sometimes do 295 or
Hmm.
275.
Yeah,
If I can shoot it out an hour,
totally.
but I will, if they're brand new, I'll say, this is a first time rate, but I, word it very nicely. But if I know that I can still do it in a decent amount of time, then yeah, why not? And if it possibly leads to other work with them, then yeah,
Hmm.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Um, I got this one shoe company, I think I've done 7 for them. Um, but I mean, at first they were like, I wanted a beach scene. And instead of saying, well, it's 2 hours to the beach, I was like, okay. So I drove to the beach for like one picture. I'm like, okay, I gotta figure this out. I mean, for that rate, it probably wasn't a great thing,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
at the very, very beginning, but then they came back for like 6 other projects.
Amazing.
So,
Amazing. Yeah.
but there's something amazing about this. It does get scary. Like you said, there's roller coaster. Like, what if nothing comes in? And then like all of a sudden you're like, okay, I've got to pitch. And I think for myself, I have to go, okay, chill out. You'll just do your pitching. It'll work out. It'll work out. And because I keep thinking everyone said, and you said Q4 is the busiest time. So I don't think I'm busier than I was last month. So I don't know if I'm doing something wrong or if I'm not pitching enough. I don't know because I was hoping that it would be busier, but
Hmm.
it's about the same, at least right now. Now
Hmm.
I've had bigger amounts. So maybe at the end of the month, I'll see if that made a difference. So
Yeah.
I'm about the same amount of work, but maybe higher rates.
Yeah. Yeah. And a lot of companies, have these budgets that they actually have to spend or else they lose it and it doesn't really
Right.
roll into the next year. So yeah, I would say, yeah, probably having to do with that. And again, like, I mean, that's always the goal, right? Is like getting paid more for the same amount of work and effort. But yeah,
Mhm.
I would like play around with with pitching, even if you don't use on bento, or just, like always, go back to the clients that you've worked with, maybe at the beginning, and then say, hey, I'd love to create some more content for you, especially for
Right.
Q4, because they could still be, getting all that rolling.
Right, that's true. And then there's also, I didn't realize this, and I still find it weird now that so many people reach out, you agree upon a price, and then crickets. And then you're like, okay, well, maybe they went to somebody else. And then like a month and a half later, they're like, okay, you ready? And you're like, what? So I think I have five that are like that. And every 2 weeks, I just reach out and going, hey, just wanted to say hi. I didn't know if this was still a project that's viable, if we're still going to work on this, but I'm ready whenever you are. And if it comes to fruition, great, but I'm not going to just not, I do follow up.
Yeah.
I follow up with all of them. And then some people are like, oh my God, thank you so much. We have and you have to remember, like, I have to remember that some of these agency people, they're like, they have so many projects that they're,
So many.
wrangling. And so they might go, I forgot about this one. I need to talk to, we're waiting on a script but it's still going on. And thank you for reaching out and blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
So that I think is good. But oh shoot, I was going to say something else and I hate when that happens. Anyway, well, it'll come back to me.
Okay, good. No, I want to ask you like well, first of all, where do you see? I know you kind of touched on this a little bit before, but what do you see like your ideal situation with UGC? I know you like it's gonna keep going, but what is your ideal
Okay.
plan?
This just reminded me, thank you. So I want to get into travel. I
Yeah.
want to work with resorts and hotels.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to figure out how. Now I know other people in the group have said that they can create some really fantastic B-roll and all content as one person, but it's not as easy because sometimes you want like somebody following you as you walk in to the lobby or whatever it might be. So I'm trying to figure out how to create some really, really good travel and resort. I want to have that as a niche.
Mm-hmm.
So that's I want high end and I want it to be luxurious, but I'm still trying to figure out how I can create it on my own.
Yeah. Well, I will tell you because I've done several like travel collabs.
Mhm.
My wife usually doesn't even like help me. She'll
Does it?
like because we got the kids, right? And she's
Right, right,
like,
right.
so I honestly, I think I've just same with all UGC. I usually just set up my tripod. I do a walkthrough of like the rooms. Like even if I'm not doing a collab, I always get all the content I possibly can because I add it to my travel
Oh, I do
portfolio.
too. 100%. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so like before you put your bags in there, everything, before our kids like mess everything up, it's like, getting all those clean shots and just as many things as possible. And then just like even just stalking all these hotels and resorts that you want to work with, like see what kind of content they're doing right now. And a lot of the times it is like solo travelers and they're just getting shots of the room or
Mhm.
themselves enjoying spaces in the hotel or resort. So yeah,
Right.
I no, yeah, I think you'll do great. You could get tons of good shots.
That's definitely what I want to do. And then I think there's a few niches that are not as saturated, like makeup, skincare, all of those are super duper saturated. And I don't want to be them anyway for age purposes. I'm not into it.
Yeah.
But I know that a lot of mortgage companies and a lot of mortgage insurance,
Mm-hmm.
all these might be boring as hell, but
Mm-hmm.
they need talking head and that they're not as glamorous, but
Mm-hmm.
there's a need. And so I'm trying to get that to be another niche. I really want to focus on those. Um, I don't know how you would like boring, but insurance, I don't know,
Yeah,
medical.
boring. Yes. Well, I just got an inbound 2 days ago out of the blue from a massive plumbing company that needs UGC. And that's like the
That's
prime
so
example.
wild.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they're national, but they're Seattle company, like they're one of
Right.
their franchisees need
Right.
more content. And they just want like one day a month going and filming their workers out on these job sites and getting more of like that human kind of content because their
Right.
content sucks, obviously, because it's a plumbing company,
Right.
right? So
Yeah,
goals,
they've never really thought about,
yeah.
how content looks. Yeah.
Yes, so I love that that's your goal. That's one of my goals too, is to work with these boring businesses because they often have way more money.
They have more money. They don't really even think about negotiating. It's not like
Yeah,
makeup, skincare, man. They're going to negotiate like crazy to get you down. But
yeah,
these guys don't have as many people reaching out to them. And so so I've been creating a lot of my own personal examples. Um, and just I'm just going to pitch. I'm going to pitch
yeah,
these pieces because I have the background, but I don't think they have enough people pitching, and I think I could get good rates, and
100%.
and they don't need a lot of B-roll. It's mostly talking head, so it's not difficult. It's
Yes,
not time consuming. You don't
yes,
have to like set up 25 shots. It's not like shoes and a shirt or holding up link shampoo and conditioner or whatever it might be.
yeah.
This is just like literally talking head. And so yeah, that's my goal. I want travel. Now that's going to be my goal before travel because I
Yeah,
think I can kind of really hone in on that quicker.
yeah.
But at the same time, I want the travel, and
Mhm.
I definitely want the travel.
I love it. What's your income goals, if you don't mind sharing?
No, I don't mind. So I wanted, okay, so the last 2 months have been six something each. Sorry, I don't have the exact number. I wanted my next goal in November to be 8.
Hmm.
I wanted 8 this month. I don't know, but I'm not really paying. I need to start paying. I need to look at what I've already accomplished this month and then see what I still have to do for the last 2 weeks. So maybe 7 this month. I
Hmm.
want 8 next month, and I want 10 in December. And then just like I want $2,000 increments. And if
Yeah,
it goes faster than that, but there's no reason it can't be.
yeah.
And the thing is, initially, until I started having even the first 2, 3, 4 jobs, those numbers seemed so out of reach. They seemed so impossible. But I
Mhm.
also have on this one side over here, I have it broken down to know exactly if I want 8,000 a month, how much do I need to break it down to daily? And so even if I don't, like I'm going to do, tomorrow is for like a $800 day tomorrow.
Wow.
So, but then if the next, so it kind of works out, it
Yeah.
spreads out. But if I want 10,000, I know it has to be $333 a day. So I
Hmm.
know the goal, and that there's no reason why it can't happen. There's just no
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah. No, I 1000% agree. And I
I
think
mean, not for everybody. Yeah.
no, yeah, it's possible for everybody, and I think right, like I have literally sticky notes all over my office of like my daily goals, my weekly, like just
Mhm.
what I want to accomplish, and having it in front of your face every day, I truly believes brings it to
Oh
fruition.
yeah. Oh yeah, like up here is $10,000, 33 a month. Focus on
Yes.
this, post daily, 6 month goals. Yeah, you have to, at least I do. I need to see visual.
Yeah.
I need to see every single day my goal, what I need to accomplish, and it's fun to go, okay, I'm gonna put stuff on X. What I need to get better at, I want to do batching on X.
Okay.
But it doesn't take a long time, but if you just do a day, then suddenly the next day you're busy and you're not
Yeah.
posting, it does kind of get scary because I don't know are you on X too?
No, I don't use X.
So on X, it'll tell me like every day, like, oh, how many people I've reached. So
Oh, yeah.
so when I stay consistent, I reach a lot of people.
Yeah.
But if I even miss one day and it drops, it's suddenly in my mind, I'm like, oh, that's not good. So it's weird. But to me, having daily goals. I haven't gotten good at being consistent with my workouts because I've been so busy with this for two
Hmm.
months. And so, and that's important to me for my well-being and for
Hmm.
just being better at my job, sleeping better, managing stress, and just being a happier person. So I
Hmm.
need to still find a way to fit in everything I need to fit in every day. That's why, let me tell you, to any of you that have spouses and partners and kids, I don't know how you do it. I don't know, I don't know how you do it because I'm like, it's just me and I'm like,
Yeah. It's a little
so
tricky, but you make it work.
really, really, my hat is off to all of you guys. But yeah, what I want to do daily. what my goals are weekly, what my goals are monthly, but just following the course. And my biggest thing is I'm still not understanding whitelisting and
Mhm.
how to make sure the back end is right and correct. So that's about the only thing. But your course lays it out for everybody. You can't, if you just follow it, you got it. You absolutely got it.
I
100%.
love it. Thank you for saying that. I'm so happy for you. What is like, okay, the very last question, because I've now kept you for a long time, but
Oh, I'm sorry. And I'm sorry if I've talked too much too.
no, this has been such this, I know that people will watch this and take away so much. So I'm grateful, and I think everyone else will be too. What is your biggest piece of like parting advice for anyone who is scared to start and like maybe is on the fence about starting UGC? What would be like just your biggest advice?
That is a hard one because all I can tell them is I have tried a million things and I paid way too much money for so many courses that did not yield anything. And then I took a chance and this did. So anyone who is on the fence on this, first of all, your rate is insane. It's for your course and what you care and give and provide. But for anyone, it's like I don't care if you're scared, just face your fears. We all grow as humans when we face our fears. Um, I have dealt with lack of self-esteem, lack of I know confidence. And I had it before, but I'll just say this briefly. I was in a very abusive relationship. I got out of it, thank God, 3.5 years ago. But in these 3.5 years, I'm still, that first year, I did zero confidence, zero self-esteem. I couldn't think that I would be able to do anything. And
Mm.
so all of us, no matter how scared you are, if you just take that first step, just like do videos around the house. And some people have just been sharing their videos in the group. They haven't really put them on a portfolio, but just do it. See yourself doing it. And with every single step, whether it's doing the video, learning about CapCut, learning how Twitter works or X works, just every single day, challenge yourself to get past a fear because who I am today is completely different than who I was 3.5 years ago. And every single time I get a win with your course, it's just like like a little kid doing a happy dance going, there is no way to go, nowhere to go but up. This is really, so anyone who's afraid, just do it. Just do it. And don't be afraid of looking silly. We all look silly. Don't be afraid of making mistakes. We all make mistakes, but lean on everybody in the group, ask questions. Everybody is so open and caring and sharing about, don't do this, or this was my experience. You need to do what's right for you. But I mean, people are there to help. And I got to tell you, there's some amazing people. So if you're afraid, I'm sorry, just, you got to step into it. You have to step into it.
Thank you for sharing that wisdom, Yvonne. And I quickly just want to say, like, I just commend you and I'm proud of you, for lack of a better word. Like, I know you've been put through the ringer in the past, and even just the first picture you posted inside the Facebook group, you just radiate so much positiveness, amazing energy, and the videos that you post, people are drawn to you, and I'm so happy for you, and I appreciate you being willing to, have this conversation and share your story. So, thank
Thank
you.
you so, so much. I am honored that you let me do this. Really am.
Of course, of course. I hope you enjoyed that conversation as much as I enjoyed having it. Now, I want to introduce you to two different resources you're able to grab right now. Number one is a free resource. There's been over 63,000 people that have downloaded this free PDF that I created. It's a checklist that'll go over exactly like the steps on what to do to start your own UGC journey, especially if you're new to this or even just want to dip your toes into UGC, find out a little bit more about it, see if it's right for you. Start with this free checklist. I also included a video lesson about how to email companies, which is really important if you're going to start UGC. So that's the first resource you can grab. The second resource is going to be hands down the best way to learn from me, and that is my Ultimate UGC course. I have over 11,000 students as of today inside that course. Not only is it a course where I'm going to visually walk you through exactly what to do to become successful, start making money, start landing UGC deals within the matter of, days, weeks, or months, depending on your timeline and your own personal journey. I actually have built a community that you get to join, a private student Facebook group. There's about 6,600 people in there as of today, and it's not only a place to ask questions, it's a place to be part of a community where others are on their same journey. Some are more experienced, some are, just starting out, maybe like you, but it's a community that's uplifting, supportive, encouraging. I am personally inside that Facebook group almost every single weekday, welcoming people into the community, answering questions, helping and supporting as much as I'm able to. This is the same course that Bianca took, 53 years old, made over $20,000 her first 4 months of doing UGC. Same course that Evon is in, 61 years old, and made over $12,000 in her first 2 months of doing UGC full time. The same course that Cheryl, another 61-year-old, is in and is averaging about $5,000 to $7,000 every single month with UGC. The same course that Leanne is in, making over $3,700 in the month of September alone, and she's only a few months into her UGC journey. And the same course that Heather is in, she was able to leave her antique selling business, shut it down, and is now doing UGC full time as a Gen Xer. I'll see you inside the course.